Sarah sighed, pushing her plate away. Another long day with Mom. 3 appointments this week already. Mark nodded. Yeah, she's a handful these days. He didn't look up from his phone. I felt a familiar knot tighten in my stomach. 3 appointments? I took her to 2 last week and the grocery store and fixed her leaky faucet. Sarah looked at me. Well, I'm just saying it's a lot. It's a lot for all of us, I said, maybe a little too sharply. But it feels like some of us are doing more of the lot than others. Mark finally put his phone down. What's that supposed to mean? It means, I continued, that I live 10 minutes away. Sarah lives 30. You live 2 hours. Guess who gets the call when Mom needs something right now? I offer to help, Mark said, defensive. You always say you've got it. Because it's easier than coordinating schedules for a 2-hour drive for something that takes 20 minutes, I retorted. And Sarah, you complain about 3 appointments, but I'm the one dealing with her daily medication, her bills, her endless questions about the internet. Sarah's voice rose. Don't act like I do nothing. I spend every weekend with her. I take her to church. I listen to her stories about when we were kids, which, by the way, are getting repetitive. And I'm the one who gets the calls when she falls or when she thinks someone's trying to break in, I countered. I'm the one who had to clean up after her last accident because she wouldn't let anyone else help. The room went quiet. Mark looked uncomfortable. Sarah's face was red. Look, Mark said, breaking the silence. I know I'm not there as much. I have work, the kids, but I do call her every day. Calling isn't doing, I muttered. It's something, Sarah interjected. And I'm tired of feeling like I'm not doing enough or that you're keeping score. I'm not keeping score, I said, though I knew I was. I'm just tired. We're all tired. But it feels like the burden isn't shared equally. Mark sighed. Okay, you're right. I could do more. What do you need me to do? That question, so direct, caught me off guard. What do you mean? I mean, tell me. Don't just stew about it. If you need me to drive down for a weekend to take her to appointments, I will. If you need me to handle her bills, I can do that remotely, Sarah chimed in. And I can take on more of the weekday appointments. Maybe we can make a shared calendar so we all know what's happening and who's doing what. I looked at them, surprised. The anger was still there, a little, but it was fading, replaced by a glimmer of hope. A shared calendar, that actually sounds helpful. It's not fair to you living so close, Mark admitted. We've just let it happen. And I haven't been good about asking for help, I conceded. I just assumed you wouldn't or couldn't. Well, we can, Sarah said, a softer tone in her voice. We're family. We figure it out. We spent the next hour, not arguing, but planning. Mark offered to take over the financial paperwork. Sarah volunteered for 2 weekday appointments a month, and to research a cleaning service for Mom's house. I agreed to keep handling the immediate emergencies, but with the understanding that I'd call them for backup, not just deal with it alone. We even talked about setting up a weekly video call with Mom, so Mark could visit more often. The air felt lighter. The tension had broken. It wasn't perfect, but for the first time in a long time, it felt like we were a team again. The argument had been ugly, but it had forced us to actually talk about the problem, instead of just letting it fester. We closed the night with a plan, and a quiet understanding that we were all in this together finally.